ready when you are.
So, Coach, we give us an opening statement from a homecoming win over Northern, 54-26. Another big offensive performance. Big plays defensively, too. What did you see out there, and what's your overall takeaway from a second consecutive week of win?
Yeah, last week was, each week it's 0-0, you know what I mean? I just told them again today, and every time we happen to get a win, this one's going to knock us back, and it's 0-0 again. So I thought the kids played out, and it was a total team game, a total team effort. I think there's a lot of improvement that still needs to go, which is encouraging. But I think there's a lot of positive, a lot of fun, a lot of spark out there. Great crowd today. The Carroll fans are unbelievable, and I thought we put on a good show, and the kids put on a good show, and I'm just real happy with their performance. The coaching staff and their dedication to the Saints and to the program has just been outstanding.
100 points combined the last 2 weeks. What's been working? What's been working?
I don't know, man. We're just having some fun out there. You know what I mean? So it's they're believing in what we're doing. They're getting some confidence in what we're doing. They're excited about what we're doing. We get up at 6 in the morning, and everybody gets out there, and it's a grind. We clean it up a little on Tuesday. We really clean it up on Friday, and they're just excited about the game plan. We're knocking on wood. We're staying healthy right now, which is a positive. And it's just exciting. The kids want to be out there. They want to play. They want to improve. And so positive things happen when you got kids energetic and excited about doing what they're doing.
We talked about it last week. I want to ask the question again. Another deep shot to open the game. Was that kind of riding the hot hand, or was that kind of a decision made before, or what was the thought on that?
I like taking shots, you know what I mean? Whether it's on first down or not. We didn't take as many, maybe later on. No, anytime you got a couple talented players like Shane Sipes and Devin Bridgewater and Joe and Pierce and Jaden Harrison, you got some guys out there that are weapons, and it's exciting. It's fun. It's fun for the fans too, and they get excited, and so and maybe it backs them off a little bit, and we can throw some hitches, we can do some other stuff, but I'm not going to say we're going to do it every week, because next week, I don't know, maybe we will.
What about your freshmen this week? Spearoff another interception, Burgess another touchdown. Just what makes it so that this program can play freshmen so early?
Hopefully it's just because we're real good recruiters. Let's go with that. Okay, you know what I mean? So we got some good kids, and like I said, you always want to recruit better than what you have. And those kids, they come out and they play and they perform, and they there's a reason why we recruited them. You know what I mean? And so sometimes you hit, and sometimes you miss, and those guys were a couple of hits. And so it's been pretty special there with the whole freshman class in general. It's been pretty real positive.
Well, you're not afraid to play it either. You show that they have the confidence, and they're making an impact right away.
Oh, for sure. You look at the players of the game. We had Spearoff. Was the defense player of the game last week. Just for us, and then Burgess was the offensive player, and he was also the Frontier Offensive Player of the Week. And then so you got some talented kids doing some good things. So, and that's makes you feel good as a coach. Having the confidence in those guys as freshmen, because you get them another 3 years after this year, which makes it pretty dang exciting. So again, hats off to Spearoff was the first guy that we got, so he'll always be a little more special in my heart. And he was the first signee of the class, so that was pretty cool.
What about Tony Collins? 4 touchdowns. He's kind of been unnoticed even with the 4 touchdowns this season. Just what makes him so dynamic for your offense?
He is an athletic individual. You know what I mean? He's exciting to watch. He's funny. He's got kind of a personality to him that's you just love him right when you meet him. But he's explosive. He's long, lanky, and he's a competitor, and he wants to go out and win, and he wants to help his brothers as much as he possibly can. And I think he's just as happy if he scores, or if he sees Burgess score, or if he got the block for it. So, and that's what's fun. That's what's exciting. That's why these kids want to come to practice, and they want to get better, because they want to see their teammates do well.
6 for 13 on third downs in this contest. You say that like it's like you're not happy with that. So what do you see on those third downs that, in my eyes, 6 for 13, you're just under 50%? Where would you like to see yourself?
Well, we were at 59, I think, which is unbelievable for third down production. Hats off to the Northern coaching staff. They didn't do what we thought they were going to do on third down, which heat us up. So a lot of our stuff that we wanted to run, had more mesh concepts, rub concepts, anticipating more, man-to-man, with a little bit of pressure and a lot of man-to-man coverage, or a whole bunch of pressure with man-to-man coverage. And so we game planned all week on third downs to, be prepared for that, and they just played some regular D with it. So hats off to them; they did a good job, and I wanted higher than that. 60%. That's anything over 50, I thought was really good. I think the national average, the best, I think was 48 or something like that. A couple of years ago when I looked it up. And so I'm pretty happy about that. We work on it all the time. So if it's stuff we work on and we want to be successful running it and executing it for sure.
And for Bridgewater out there, it looks like each week he's getting smarter and smarter as a quarterback out there. There was one play where he just went down after a 5-yard gain because there was nothing there. Just talk about how he's just becoming smarter and smarter as the weeks go on.
Yeah, he's developed some confidence. I think there was some good learning today too. Throwing across his body, just don't do that anymore. And then that deep throw out to Ferris on the sideline, and Ferris did a good job coming back to the ball and competed well for it. But there's some definite learning possibility or options or opportunities here for him. I thought last week there was a lot more scrambling. He made a decisive decision and went for it with his legs. Today I thought he could have done that a couple more times. And we talked about it, and he understood it. And it's time to move on. But I think he learned from it. I think he was just trying to do a little bit too much today. But he's a great general. He's a good leader. And the kids respond around him, and it's exciting to have him on the team also. Like another freshman transfer kid that we get for the next 4 years.
Talk about the onside kick. Was it just trying to catch him off guard kind of thing? Or?
How they were lined up. Me and Coach Mantle, the first thing we saw was, wow, we can just chip this thing right over to this side and have an opportunity. And the first time they did it, didn't work. So I didn't give the signal to go for it. The second time he was all the way to the hash, and so I gave the signal, let's make this thing happen. Trying to blank my kicker. Powell, yeah, he did a great job on it. He's been working on it all week. He's left-footed, so he was the right guy for the job, and that, be able to pull that thing and swing it up there. And Stephen Powell did a great job there. So, and then we got, it worked out good. We didn't capitalize on it, which, was kind of, wasn't that exciting, but the defense played well and got a stop there after that also. So.
Long road trip to Southern Oregon this week. Big road test. What do you guys need to prepare for that one?
So it's going to be a short week for sure, but we can't control it. We're just going to control the things we can't control and, hydrate, get plenty of rest. We're going to get plenty of rest on the bus and keep things as normal as we can. But, there's going to be, and focus. It's a business trip. We want to go down there and put off a good performance. And Southern Oregon is a very, very, very talented football team. They lost a couple close ones is all. Other than that, they're very, very talented. And so we just we're going to be on the bus. It's going to be a long ways. It just is what it is. And we just got to see how we respond, after a win again and then a long road trip and have some focus and put our best foot forward.
Any other questions for Coach? All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. 6 tackles, 2 for loss in this one. What were you guys seeing on defense, and how were you guys able to succeed?
I think we succeeded because we just really prepared for them and didn't take them lightly, because obviously they're a good offense and they're better than they have been, and we can't overlook any team in the Frontier Conference, so we just take it week by week. And I think our preparation did change for this game, so we just came in prepared.
What did you see different from Northern, maybe from some of the best in the last few times you've played them? Do they have a better energy, or?
Yeah, I think they have a little bit better energy, and I think they're more confident in themselves. And it showed. We gave them up 26 points, but they have a good offense, and they hit us with some big plays. So.
What did you see from Medina, their quarterback? I mean, he liked that deep ball.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good arm, and I think he's a redshirt freshman or something. So he's got a couple more years, so he's only going to keep getting better and better. But yeah, he has a good arm, and he made pretty good reads for the most part.
You guys hold the rushing attack to 49 yards. And they kind of went away with it because you guys are following them up. It's like to be part of a defense that can limit an offense like that and kind of force them to go into that short passing game or even taking shots.
Well, I think that's kind of it's a good thing for our defense, and we with Coach Dietz, we believe the same thing. We are always trying to be a run first defense and stop the run. And a lot of the same guys were playing, and Coach Haynes is the same way. He wants to stop the run and make them put the ball in the air, give us a chance to create turnovers and get tips and stuff. So I think it's just like we focus on the run, but you also got to be ready for the pass once we shut down.
What about your guys' defense makes it so that freshmen can play so early? And also, what did you think about just getting some of the guys that don't usually get into the game onto the field towards the end of the game?
I think that's a big part of it because it helps, like, the older, like, the more reps they get, like, they get more confident in themselves. And I think, like, the freshmen, like Zach Spearoff and Matt Burgess, they're just, like, they can play at the level we're at right now. And so there was no reason to redshirt them because obviously Spearoff is 2 picks in 2 games that he's played in, and Matt Burgess keeps scoring touchdowns. So I think they came in ready to play with the right mindset and bought into what Coach Purcell and Coach Haynes were saying.
Are you shocked about these freshmen? I mean, how much of an impact they have been this early?
A little bit, but I'm not that shocked. Spearoff was here with us in the summer, and then he was around in the spring. And then Matt Burgess, when he came in, that first scrimmage, I mean, we had a tough time tackling him, and it's good to see that other teams have a hard time tackling him too.
So you're completely glad that he's on your team. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
What makes him so hard to tackle?
He just keeps his legs going all the time. He's not the tallest guy. He's kind of like Major with a little more speed, so he always keeps his shoulders low, and he just never ever stops his legs. And those guys are hard to tackle.
Long road trip ahead of you guys. In your eyes as a player, what do you guys need to do to, I guess, kind of keep things normal?
I think we just have to prepare the same way we prepare for Haver. It's 18 hours away or whatever, and maybe we won't get like as much practice time, but we just have to like watch the film and be more prepared or be more confident in what we're doing and go down to Ashland and play the same game that we played for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, with the freshmen also, what do you kind of have to tell them? Also, the sophomores who haven't made these long trips before, what do you kind of tell them to try and prepare them for a trip like this?
It's a cool atmosphere to play in, and I tell them it's just another football game. It's just farther away, and it's going to be hard. Like it's hard to focus on the bus on the way down, and because when you're like it's a 2-day bus trip, so just keep as focused as you can, and then the night before the game, just do all the stuff you did the same when you wake up Saturday. It's just another football game. It just is not in Montana.
Any tips or tricks to pass the 2-day bus ride?
No, I take a lot of NyQuil.
Not gonna use
Any
that.
other questions for Nate? All right, thanks, Nate.
Thank you.
Jam.
Thank you.
Good win.
Shane, 129 yards receiving. What was really working for you?
We just had a really good game plan coming into this game. We watched a lot of film on their defense and kind of found what their tendencies were, and I felt like we exploited them pretty well.
Another long catch and run for you today. You can get into the end, quite get into the end zone, but just what makes it so that you can get the ball and just go with it?
Just game planning and Devin having the confidence to just give it to me early and let me do my thing. So.
What have you seen from Devin in the past 3 games? How has he progressed in not just being a quarterback, but also kind of being a leader?
His leadership has always been there since day one. I think the biggest thing with him is his confidence has just kept rising each game, and he just felt more confident with the game plan and his own ability, so it's really shown.
How fun is it to be a part of an offense that is so multifaceted? You have a really great rushing attack, the line holds up, so you can get the ball downfield, and you guys are hitting the big plays. It seems like pretty much everything's working when you guys need it to.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, to put up 54 points, I mean, that's a good day. It's a good day for any offense. So we're just going to keep trying to do that, keep being versatile, and attack any defense we come across.
What is Southern Oregon's defense? I know you probably haven't really thought about it too much yet, but what do you think Southern Oregon's defense brings to the table that you guys are going to have to prepare for?
Their biggest aspects are it's probably going to be their athletes. They just have athletes on their defense, so as long as we can beat them scheme-wise and just let our players play, we have a good chance against them.
Starting out 2-1, talk a little bit about just keeping your cool and keeping the poise heading into these next 2 weeks, especially since we have college of Idaho in a few weeks and a tough road trip against Southern Oregon next week.
Yeah, definitely. We the whole atmosphere on the team is that we have a lot more to prove, a lot more to do. So every week we're just going to come practice hard, prepare well, give it our best shot. Hopefully that turns out well for us.
Do you guys pay attention to the top 25 rankings?
Not really. I mean, obviously it'd be cool to be higher ranked, but as long as we get the win at the end of the day, work hard, that's what matters.
The long road trip to Southern Oregon, any tips or anything for the younger kids who haven't made this trip before?
Download some movies on Netflix. I'll get you through it.
Any other questions for Shane? All right, thanks, Shane.
Thank you. Thanks, man.